Oh, the lens cap is on. Oh.
Oh, okay, I'm just wasting battery. So this week is a short get to know me video. I made, I've already recorded this video twice. Turns out I'm not very good at any kind of video, particularly a get to know me one. I was just kind of kept rambling, and this is its tank. I'm absolutely terrified of spiders, and I can see all those spider webs. If you come into a garage or a workshop and you see me there, I would be very, very concerned, and I would probably take your bike elsewhere. Just marking these up so I don't weld the right one back up again, because I'm an idiot. Going off and doing other things. So, joke's on you, sucker. Oh, what the fuck was I saying? I was getting distracted and just wasn't keeping on course. Oh, look at that, the rain stopped. Hello! Ignore me then. I'm here! I'm here! What are you doing? What are you doing? So, this time what I've done is made a list of questions, and I'm just going to read the question and answer it and do it like that, because I'm just gonna... What was meant to be like a 10-minute video ended up being 45 minutes in total, because I was just... So let's get on with it, Yeah. Oh, what the fuck am I doing? Okay, that is much better. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I've just come back in from riding. I'm still in my riding jeans, and I'm about to go to the cinema right after I've done this, so let's get back to it. So my name is Fern, I'm 23, and I live in the south of England. How long have I been riding? Well, I've had my CBT for 2 years. I don't know in America what that's equal to. Because I'm 23 and I've only had my CBT for 2 years, I can only have restricted 650cc bikes, roughly around that area. I think it's actually, the specific is like 48 horsepower. Had my CBT for 2 years, but I haven't been riding for all of that. The 125 I do ride is my brother's, and it's been out of the garage, it's been out of commission so many times that in total I've only actually ridden for about 5 months, I would say. Which is wild, considering I'm this deep in. What I rode before is the bike you've seen a couple of times in the back, my brother's Honda Shadow 125. The bike I have now is my it's my Yamaha Dragstar V-Star XVS, whatever you want to call it, 650. How did I find the Yami and know it was the one? I didn't know it was the one. So when I decided to start building a bike, it was about a year and a half after I started riding, and at that point I had only really tinkered with the idea of what kind of bike I'd like. I think I was thinking about Triumphs at the time, etc, etc, but I wasn't going to buy a Triumph and do what I'm doing to this one now. Basically, I'm not spending 3, 4, 5 grand on a bike to fuck it up, basically, not that word, mess it up. What I ended up doing, and this took over my whole life, is I was just looking for a very small requirement, any bike I could get for the cheapest I could get it. It had to be V-twin. I don't even think I was looking at the difference between softails and hardtails at this point. It had to be under the 650 cap or the 48 horsepower cap, because I can't ride any larger than that because I'm 23 and I've only ridden for 2 years. It's a cruiser style bike and had to be running, and if it wasn't running it could be fixable by me myself, so not really messed up. When I was looking for this bike, it was taking over every second of my life. I was getting up in the morning, having my breakfast, on my phone scrolling, Facebook Market, Gumtree, Auto Trader, Craigslist. I'd get on the bus to work, on the phone, scroll. On my lunch break, just scrolling. When I got home, having my tea, I was looking. Before I went to bed, I was looking. It was just every minute of every day I could get, I was searching for this bike. I think I did it a couple of times actually, if I was out at dinner with my friends and they would be like, Fern, get off your phone, and I'd be like, I found a Honda Shadow, man, I gotta check it out. Most of the bikes I was looking at were Honda Shadows. I saw a few Suzuki Marauders and Viragos, so Yami Viragos. At this point I thought a V-Star and a Dragstar were different bikes. I'm not gonna lie to you. A friend of mine during the search came up to me and said, hey, my dad's got a bike in the garage, it's been there for like 4 to 6 years, he wants to get rid of it, he would probably give it to you quite cheap. I went round, had a look at it. So the Yami is a post-accident bike. I say accident because it was literally just a little knock. Nothing major happened, it was just cosmetic damage. And from that, the owner decided, well, now I've dented the tank and messed up the pegs and etc. I might as well just change it up to the way I want it to. So he made it into a bobber. So it was a classic looking Yami. He made it into a bobber, but halfway through, stuff I'm not going to go into happened, and he was no longer interested in building it up anymore, so it's been left in his garage half made for about, as I said, 4 to 6 years. I didn't know if it ran, but I thought for the price I was getting it for, so I never knew it was the one. When it came home, as I said, it wasn't running, so I couldn't ride it back. We didn't hire out a van or anything, we wheeled it. Me, my brother, my dad, and my mum actually all wheeled it from his house to mine. He doesn't live that far away, so it's not a big deal, but yeah. And when my dad did get it running, so it just needed a bit of fuel and a new battery, it was fine, it ran like a dream. Well, he did get it going and he gave me that go on the, something lit up in me, and I don't know, I think at that point I was kind of like, yeah, this is exciting. And then I've just found out little features about it, like the hidden spring, making it a soft tail but giving it a hard tail look. I really liked that, and there's also other little bits that I just really like about it. But that gives you a good insight to how much I did not know about this bike and how much I don't know about bikes in general. I just brought this bike having no clue what it was about. What is my dream bike? I kind of already touched on that. I've never really had a dream bike. That bike out there is my dream bike. I'm gonna build it into exactly how I want it to look. What is my next project? I assume you mean bike project. I'm probably not going to build another bike after this one for a really long time. Not that I haven't thought about it, but it's just, this is gonna take a lot of money as it is anyways, and I need other things I need to sort out over building a second bike. Why custom bikes? I don't know, I just really like the idea of expressing myself through my things, if that makes sense. I just like that the bike is an extension of me and it can look and feel and give off the vibe that I give off or that I want to give off. I just want to make it how I want it to look. I think that's really cool. Like, I have no problem with people buying stock bikes and stock parts, and because they're excellently designed and they look beautiful, but I just want to slap a little bit of me on it, But yeah, it's just about expression, I guess, the whole custom bike deal. And I really love other people's custom bikes and the creativity they have with it. It's just really awesome to see what other people can make. This is obviously talk about people who actually know what they're doing, because I don't. Mine's just, I'm gonna do what I want. Looking at other custom bikes, it's so awesome to see how they can creatively make these machines look really mean or really beautiful or elegant. It's an art form, and I think it's awesome. How did I get into riding and building? So I've never been interested in having a car at all. Not once, not ever, not bothered. But when I turned 18, transport became a bit of a forefront to my mind, freedom and all that, and wanted to be an adult and stuff. At that time, I was completely happy with taking public transport and walking. That was fine by me. So when I thought about having a bike, it was very much in the far future kind of thing, maybe when I'd settled down. It wasn't something I wanted immediately or badly. It wasn't something that I had a passion with or I thought I would have a passion for. Just a cool little hobby that I just thought about having a nice black looking bike, and that was that. An old friend of mine who was really into their bikes, he said to me, hey, why don't you get a bike? And obviously I explained to him, well, maybe one day. He said, well, why not right now? Well, I kind of thought about it and I thought, oh, I guess, yeah, why not now? I've not got anything better to do. So I talked to my dad about it, and he said, well, Aaron's got a bike out back that he's not really riding anymore. I'm sure you can use that. Just go do your CBT. I went and did my CBT. I failed my CBT. I did eventually pass it, got on the back of the bike, and it was like nothing else I've ever done before. It does sound so cliche to people who don't ride two wheels, but the freedom that comes with it is unlike anything else, and I fell for it immediately. But building, however, didn't come until a year and a half after I had a bike, and that I can only really blame on my father. Whilst I was growing up, he was always tinkering with his little machines and his toys and vehicles. He's done so much stuff. If I get his permission, I'll show you the things that he's built over the years, and the whole customization thing and having your own vehicles or your own items that are completely yourself. That love came from my dad and watching him as I grew up, just building everything. He always says to me, Fern, what would you do if you didn't have me? Because you'd never be able to build a bike if I wasn't around. Obviously you guys know he's got a large helping hand in the process of building this. And I always say to him, Dad, if I didn't have you as my dad, I wouldn't be wanting to build a bike. So kind of really got himself to blame. I got a bunch of questions that were like, if this was my work or if I was doing an apprenticeship in mechanics. No, I'm not doing an apprenticeship, I'm just doing this for fun. But what do I do for a living? I'm a grocer. I work at a supermarket, a British brand supermarket. I do a lot of like the butchery and the fishmonger stuff behind the counters, so I tell people that I'm a butcher because it sounds cooler than a grocer, but I'm a retail assistant at a supermarket. It's not that cool, but it pays for that thing out there, so I can't really complain. Why the name Sun.Bleachd? That's a very good question. I wasn't actually expecting anyone to ask that. It does have a reason. It does have a little mini story. I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine about aesthetics and how people look, and they said to me that you look like someone who's been left out in the sun for so long that all the colours have kind of like faded, and I took it as a compliment. I thought that was a really awesome way to describe my aesthetic. Sun.Bleachd it was. Why a rat bike? I guess that ties into the last question actually. I wanted something that looked like it had been out in the sun for too long. I kind of went for that aesthetic and just ran with it. You know, I'm gonna rust her up. I'm gonna make her kind of like dinky, and she, you know, she's been out on the desert road and, you know, that kind of thing. That's the kind of aesthetic I wanted to go for. Also, as I got more into the build, the more I knew about rat bike origins and things like that, I just resonated with it. You know, I haven't got a lot of money for this, and I'm literally borrowing knowledge and using whatever tools I've got. I haven't got a warehouse, I haven't got a budget, like a big budget. I've just got my tinnies and some metal I got from the local metal supermarket for as cheap as I could get it, and I'm just winging it. And I'm just slamming shit on and I'm gonna ride it, and I admire that kind of philosophy. Also, I don't have the skill set to make a nice looking bike, so it kind of just covers up the fact that it's gonna look shit at the end of the day. Well, I could just be like, it's a rat bike. It's meant to look like that. That weld is meant to look that shit. That hole's meant to be there. It's a rat bike, dude. Like, you just don't get it. You just don't get it. Any other projects before this bike? If you mean like a mechanical kind of project, no. This is the first thing I've ever done that's involved mechanics or anything like that. Before this, I was an art student, so the last big thing I did was probably finishing my degree and doing an art show. Any motorcycle clubs? Well, I've only been riding for 5 months, so no, I haven't gotten myself involved in any motorcycle clubs, and I'm quite nervous. You know, I've been not on the road for that long. I'm a bit nervous about riding with other people and them not judging me, but me being a danger to them. That sounds really bad. I don't know, I don't want to be annoying other people with riding slowly or stuff like that. I think I need to build my confidence up a bit before I join a motorcycle club or go out on group rides or anything. Rat rods versus rat bikes. I thought this was a really interesting question, but I can't really answer it. As a kid, so you know you had those shows, what was it called, like Orange County Country Club or something like that? You know the one I mean, the ones where they build choppers. I didn't actually watch any of those shows when I grew up, but I used to watch hot rod shows. I have a vivid memory of watching people build hot rods. But I don't know anything about cars. I don't know anything about bikes either, so there's your answer. Fave beer. Whatever's cheapest going. I don't fuck with Foster's though. So I've got a bunch of questions about like what my tank's gonna be or what my rear fender is gonna look like, which is a bit of a weird one because I've already released a video of what the rear fender looks like, but I'm gonna leave that as a surprise. I'm not gonna let you know until you know. The fuck am I on? Let's just blast through the last of these. Will the bike ever be done? To that I say screw you, Monty. Do I like metal? Do you mean like the music metal or like this kind of metal? I like both. I guess I like both. I like playing the metal in the garage, and I like to give it a little head swing every so often. You know, head swing. Oh my god, do I like metal? I didn't even know the word head bash apparently. Why do you suck? Screw you, Marcus. My favourite sauce and my least favourite soup. My favourite sauce. It depends what I'm eating. I really like a good chunky burger sauce. I can't remember the brand of the burger sauce I particularly like, but there is one and I love it. If not, I really like, I'm gonna pronounce this so wrong, Tenkatsu? Oh my god. I'm just gonna put it here. Whatever it is, I'm gonna put it here. Like on my sushi or my donburi bowls or my katsu curry. My least favourite soup, I really don't like fin soup, like Heinz tomato soup. Give me chunky homemade soup, I'll eat anything that's in it. Anything. But Heinz, like, if I'm the tin soup, oh, you miss me with that. Do you have an Oni Fans? No. Please don't ask me again. Are you more a yeehaw or brum 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 biker? I'd say I'm more of a hell yeah. My hopes and dreams. My hopes and dreams. I want more tattoos. I want more bike shit. And I'd like to quit smoking. That's kind of where I'm going for at the minute. Anyways, that was it. Thanks guys for all the questions. I was actually really surprised by the amount of people who... thanks guys. It's really cool to have you all on board. I've already said I've hit 100. Those are both awful. I don't like just sitting. I didn't want to just sit and ramble at you guys, but I kind of had no choice because if I gave myself something to do, I just went off the walls. I'm really sorry if I left anything out that I shouldn't have, or if I still rambled and didn't make any sense again. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I tried. Hey, thanks a lot guys. I'm sorry there wasn't a video last week, and I'm sorry if there isn't a video this week and I end up posting this like 3 weeks with nothing. I just don't have the time. I'm a very busy girl. I'm a busy lady. I got things to do. No, it's just making me so sad I can't be out here working on the bike, but